Sassy.
Pull up, make 'em all bow down. Shut up, I'ma be real loud. Get up, get
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dean Bramage Rocks channel. It is time once again to break from our regularly scheduled program so we can bring you another fun entry into the Eurovision Song Contest of 2025. And today, this one's coming out of Malta. I love Malta. I've actually been there, believe it or not, and it's kind of what caught me on to checking out Malta when I first doing this journey with the busker, right? That they did a couple years ago. And this video is looking pretty popular as it's kind of been recently dropped and it's about to peak at 1 million views already. So I'm very interested to see what it's about. Plus, a few people in the comments have suggested I go ahead and check this one out. The singer is Mariana Conte and the song is called Kant, K-A-N-T. And this is her national final performance that came to us from the PBS broadcaster over in Malta. She's won that contest over there. So without further ado, let's jump into Malta's entry into the Eurovision Song Contest of 2025 with Mariana Conte singing the song Kant. Hope I'm saying that right. Here we go. Yeah, so something fun to know is that there were 16 contestants that provided songs for the Maltese or the Malta Eurovision Song Contest submissions to see who's going to carry on to the Eurovision Song Contest, and she took it. But we'll learn more about that during the wrap-up. Let's jump into the song.
I got a secret you should know. Come a little close, I'll whisper slow. I got a secret you should know. People say don't be so loud. Watch the words coming out your mouth. Hands crossed, don't dare stand out. Follow the crowd.
Sassy.
Pull up, make 'em all bow down. Shut up, I'ma be real loud. Get up, I don't back down. Follow me now, follow me. Only lovers, no enemies. Feel around me, green energy. In my power, a higher me. Here's the secret, let might be. Why should we let other people decide what we could be having the time of our lives? Let down your walls, come and dance to my vibe. I do it all the time, yeah, I do it all the time. Serving cunt.
Oh my. Yeah, again, there's been a handful of these submissions so far. What I'm talking about is these pop songs by younger artists that are just dancing and sassing and all the things. It is, again, a run-of-the-mill entry for the Eurovision Song Contest. It seems to be the most popular style so far, at least the videos I've reacted to. Of course, there's a lot more to go and a lot more submissions, so we'll see if much of that changes. But yeah, this is definitely another one of those pop/electronic song entries, and she is sassy, but I'm loving the dancers. Actually, they're just a lot of fun, and they're just out there smiling and bopping around, having a great old time. Yeah, so far so good. But you know, this is great.
Serving cunt. Don't run me, my sister, serving cunt.
Kant, okay.
Don't run me, my sister, serving. Yes and no to the opposite. That's it. Give up, this girl don't quit. Follow me now. Only lovers, no enemies. Feel around me, create energy. Here's a secret remedy. Why should we let other people decide what we could be having the time of our lives? Let down your walls, come and dance to my vibe. I do it all the time, yeah, I do it all the time, yeah, I do it all the time. Serving cunt.
Kant's got to be, I believe that is a Maltese word, and it's got to be something about serving, I don't know, passion, energy, I'm going to look that up because she's singing these lyrics about how she's carrying herself on, and then she's saying it's a slang term. It's got to be that's the word I was looking for. Just curious to what it actually stands for. Very interesting. Don't know about that outfit, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyway.
Serving cunt. Do re mi fa so so serving cunt. Do re mi fa so so serving. I've got a
Oh.
secret you should know. Do re mi fa so. I've got a secret you should know. Do re mi fa so. We could be having the time of our lives. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Serving cunt.
Now that's what I was looking for. Okay, so the beginning was fine. It was again a run-of-the-mill pop song, and she really wasn't showing off her voice. Now this is what we were looking for, and this is what you're going to have to get in there to draw the audience, to draw their attention and get some votes. I was like, okay, we've seen singers that don't have great voices that still somehow made it to the finals before. And I was hoping this was not going to be one of those, and this is not. She's got a phenomenal voice, and boy, she's got power behind that voice, doesn't she?
We could be having the time of our lives.
Atta girl.
I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Serving cunt.
Okay.
Serving cunt. Do re mi fa so so serving. I got a secret you should know.
Do I want to know what that means? I'm afraid to go look at it now. I thought I heard there might have been some controversy behind this song. And I'm going to be completely honest. The first half of the song didn't catch me. I was like, uh-oh, this is not going to do well. The second half of the song got me really good. And now that chorus line is actually really catchy and stuck in my head. And her voice projected. And I'm glad that happened. So, didn't start off great. Ended phenomenal. Do re mi for serving cunt. That's just who I am. I'm like, oh boy. Okay, stick around. We're going to find this out. Let's do the wrap up. Okay. That was a close call. So I wasn't sure if I was going to have another Erica Vickman episode where she sang a song and I found out afterward what it meant. But that's why I do these reactions blind, because I don't want to go in knowing what it means or what it's about or what it sounds like. You just and that's what music is. When you hear the song for the first time, you take it through all the motions and see what the outcome is at the end. And that's actually what reactors do for content creators here on YouTube. But yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to have another one of those like, oh, this song completely meant something different than I wanted to, but it was still catchy and fun. This is not what I thought it was, or I actually didn't think it was anything, but we did get some information about what that song means. I'll get to that in a second. But this is her story, Mariana's story here. We're on a trip to Takali on Saturday, 8th February, as the Maltese city hosted the nation's search for its song for Basel. At the final of the Malta Eurovision Song Contest, we got to see 16 artists represent their songs in hope of flying that Maltese flag in Basel. After the finalists had performed and the votes were counted, we had a winner. Mariana Conte will represent Malta's 69th Eurovision Song Contest with the song Kant, which is the Maltese word for singing. Do re mi, she's serving Kant. Now it makes sense. So she did. That's almost like the UK writing a song called I Wrote a Song. So she's singing about a song about her singing. That's actually kind of brilliant. Mariana Conte won the public vote against with a point tally of 94, which was, when combined with the jury vote, gave her a winning song total score of 182 points. Christy Spiteri's Heaven Sent, ooh, that sounds nice, finished in second place with 174 points, while Cantara's La La Ratata Keke, La La Ratata Kabum earned the bronze medal position with 137. Dude, some of these point spreads have been very, very close to get who's going to go on and carry on for them. With Mariana Conte's song title being Maltese, it means that the language is back at the Eurovision Song Contest for the first time in 25 years. Kinda. The entire song was still in English, so... But the title, that's cool. Malta's first two entries in the contest way back in 71 and 72 were performed in Maltese, but alas, they both finished in last place. The Maltese language made a brief return to Eurovision Song Contest at Stockholm 2000, courtesy of Claudette Pace, singing a few lines of Desire in her native tongue. Actually, did she have a few lines in Maltese in there? I'm not really sure. And then, of course, over here, it goes into Maltese's history in the song contest. This is the participants page. There's nothing on here right now. It just says more information to follow. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as we figure out more about Mariana and her entry into the Eurovision Song Contest 2025. But that was it. Again, didn't start off strong. To me, it ended phenomenal. And, you know, that is a very, very catchy tune. And those stage dancers, if that's actually the setup, because I know you can have 6 people on stage and they're going to do that performance on there, that's just one of those songs that's just going to get people moving and dancing and having a good time, which makes it memorable. And that's exactly what you want in the contest. But not a bad song at all. Good job, Malta. I do wish you well. I think they're going to start in the second semifinals and carry on from there, and we'll see how they do. But one last time, everybody, that was Mariana Conte with the song Kant singing national final performance. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And until next time, keep on rocking.